They did it again. If you guys didn't know, Wave just created a fully subscription service for their plugins. And it feels like those subscriptions where you get socks every month. You don't need socks every month. The problem is they started one way and now they're changing up to their loyal customers. You know, they're trying to copy like the Slate Digital model, but it doesn't apply to them because it's not how they started. If you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. We've trained over 900,000 producers around the world. Some have gone to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Lil Baby, YG, Young Thug, Trippie Redd, J. Cole. I'm gonna forget a bunch of people. And we work with all the audio companies at the top. Now, the producer community hasn't seen backlash like this since Unison Audio dropped. Now, the whole model was screwed to begin with because I could tell you a personal story where I bought their plugins, you know, the RVox, the RBass. They're all good plugins. Don't get me wrong, the plugins are good. But I specifically remember I bought a newer version of a plugin. Like, let's say I had all these legacy plugins and I went to buy the new plugin. And then I went to download and it said, you need the new version of whatever. So I go to the Wave Central, I download whatever, and then it says, you need to update all your other plugins to use this plugin. I ended up spending $450 and I have the receipt. $450 from probably a $30 purchase just because I needed one plugin. They made me update all my other plugins, or they made it seem like I had to update all my other plugins. That's the problem that we have behind the scenes. Was Waves gets you with these $30, $20 plugin here. Later down the line, when you need to update the plugin, you got to pay big time. And so clearly they didn't watch my video about the universal audio problem, because I call it the shallow pool effect. It's almost like they want their customers to buy trials forever. They want us to pay in demos forever, guys. Will we ever have full ownership of our plugins? Now, this is on top of my complaints with their poor affiliate program offering 10%, which is pennies for creators to promote their soul, sweat, blood, and tears to go sell products for them, but they give you pennies. Now, this is the last time I checked. It was 10% affiliate. That is no good. If you have a sales force and they're creating money out of thin air for you, and you're that stingy and greedy to only pay them 10%, you don't deserve your success, especially when it's a software company that has no hard costs and is infinitely scalable. Now, the crazy conundrum is if you scroll their website, you actually see standalone courses that they're selling, but standalone. Why is it different when we go to the plugin side? Now, here's the thing a lot of people don't understand. In 2020, we had the world's craziest event to ever happen in my lifetime. It shut down so many things. Imagine you couldn't go to the office to work with your coworkers. You couldn't build products. You couldn't really communicate on the level you could have in person. Not only did it affect supply chains, it also affected communication within corporations. And so now we're seeing those effects. Developers were stacking up those costs, maybe taking out loans and different funding to really fill in that gap during that period of time. And now we're seeing all those costs add up. So what does Waves think to do? Subscription. How do we knock them over the head 10 more times with the subscription model? Yeah, team. You know what we're gonna do to fill this gap of funding? We're gonna start a subscription model where we don't have to be innovative at all. We just have all our customers pay in month after month, and we release plugins that are irrelevant to make the bundle look more and more important over time. And even if they're hobbyists, even if they don't make money off their music, even if they're just here to try these plugins, we're still gonna get paid. And that's the greed that will destroy any company who doesn't serve the customer. I hope you guys understand you're gonna have to put tons of pressure on Waves to innovate. If they're not gonna innovate in the next couple of months, I don't understand this new model. I would love to hear what they have to say, so they're welcome to come join us live on this YouTube page. The problem is they're trying to solve a problem from 2 years ago currently by turning into what we call a SaaS company, it seems like, where we're paying for a service over and over and over and over again. Now, the issue with paying for a service is if I'm putting in $10 to buy a service, my goal is to make $50, $100. Now I have to justify every purchase made at Waves.com. And that's the major issue. You've now shunned all the hobbyists and you're saying, I only want to focus on the business owners who can monetize this art. And this is why I said I charge $20,000 for a consultation. But even still, these companies don't listen, and look what happened. I literally made a video a couple weeks ago about the same exact scenario. Now, to be fair, I have a conspiracy theory brain. This could be a ploy similar to GTA 5 when the servers went down during GTA 5 online. Could be used to just market. So let's not rule that out. This could just be one big marketing plan to get us to talk about Waves, because they could just roll it back and say, sorry guys, I didn't mean to hit you with the subscription out of nowhere. Because think about their target market. Maybe this is them saying, I don't care about this 30% of our market. We just want to serve the 70% over here. It could be the engineers, it could be the live events, it could be something else. We don't have their data to know who is their customer. Only solution I could think of is if they come on this live right on youtube.com/busyworksbeats and they talk about it live. We create a solution live, we address it, the company apologizes. They've offended so many people in this process. Now, ultimately, these audio companies need to understand they need to support the creators. There's certain companies that support the creators, Arturia, Isotope, they get it. If you don't support the creators, everything will fall because it's starts with the sales. Development doesn't matter how great your plugin is if you don't have the sales. Where do sales come from? Creators who make content and market the plugin for you, word of mouth. If these companies don't compensate the creators, 10%, it's like spitting in somebody's face. These kids are pouring out their blood, sweat, and tears to make videos, and they're giving us pennies. That's why I tell you guys, stop working with these companies. They don't care about you. They just want more money for them, less money for you. This is why I love competition. Arturia, Isotope, Plugin Alliance, Slate Digital even, Softtube, it goes on and on and on. Now these companies are bringing pressure to the equation. No longer can these companies just sit on their laurels and rest on that one product that made them famous. I warned them, they didn't listen. This is what happens when you don't listen. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com.